Hi everyone, welcome back to another one. We just got done putting the sausage bags in the freezer, our 1 pound packages. Got them all sealed up and crimped shut and put them in the freezer. And then we end up bagging up all of our lard, or the rest of the lard, and put that in the freezer too. It's all ground, but we packaged it up. I think there's five, maybe 6 gallon freezer bags of lard we put away that we'll end up rendering down here in the next couple weeks on the stove in a stock pot. But working with everyone's favorite part of the pig, the pork belly. Got 2 pork bellies here, getting ready to get them brined up so we can cure them for the next 7 days, and then going to smoke it and slice it. So set you guys up here, and I'm going to get the weights off of this off of these. See if I can get you set up there. One pork belly weighing at 7 pounds 8.5 ounces. And the other one weighing 9 pounds 9 ounces. Give total weight, I guess. 17 pounds 3 ounces. Get my tub. See what you guys can see here. Alright, got you guys turned around here. Hopefully you can see better now. We weighed these up, and both pork bellies together is 17 pounds 3 ounces. Which the package I got, I'll show you here in a second. I got some pre-made cure. So it's pre-packaged cure, but it makes a 25-pound batch of bacon. And we are not making 25 pounds, so I weighed the seasoning up, the cure packet up, to see how much it is, and weighed it out. Well, it comes up to be an ounce per pound. An ounce per pound of pork belly, or whatever you're using. It says anything, or it has different options, but so. Alright, so I got my bowl. I'm gonna mix up my seasoning. So I'm zeroing this scale out with this bowl on there. And, well, alright, so this is the Backwoods Bacon Cure. It's enhancing flavors for wild game and domestic meat, maple flavored. And it seasons 25 pounds of meat. And it has a cure packet with it. So it has all the seasoning and a cure packet. I have all the seasoning I dumped out to be able to get the cure packet. It's just your curing salt there. And I have 17 pounds, 3 ounces of meat, which comes up to be 17.18 ounces of seasoning. So I've got my bowl on here and zeroed out. I'm gonna start dumping this in there. I'm gonna bring the scale over to you guys here. I got 1 pound, 1.2 ounces, which would be 17.18, and then round it up just a little bit to get that 0.2. And it was bouncing back and forth between 0.1 and 0.2, but now it's holding steady at 0.2. So close counts here. We don't have to be super precise. Oh, now it's bouncing again between 0.1 and 0.2. Don't have to be super precise with this portion. So I did some research on it and went to the website and looked it up. And for their cure, there's 28.3 grams of cure in here, which is pink salt, curing salt. It's a 1/4 teaspoon per pound of meat. And we have 17 pounds, 3 ounces, so I need 4 1/4 teaspoons. So I got that pre-measured here in the bowl. And I'm just gonna mix that in with the seasoning. And I'm gonna grab a whisk and stir that in there and just get it mixed up in that seasoning. Now this package you can do a wet brine, or you can do a dry brine or a dry rub. And I've always made it a dry rub and let it draw the juices out of the pork belly. It'll kind of dry that pork belly out. It'll take a lot of that extra moisture out of there. And after 7 days, and I'll show you the steps along the way here as we go along, but it'll be dry right now. Like the pork belly's really wet and the tub is empty. There's no water in this tub. But by the time we're done with 7 days of curing this before we smoke it, there'll be liquid in the bottom, quite a bit of liquid in there. Get that curing salt mixed up here. Put my gloves back on and we'll start sprinkling it on this meat. I'm just gonna dump approximately about 1/4 of this out here on the pork belly. And rub it into that meat. Try to get it all coated, fairly well coated, so I can start soaking in a little bit here. And as we flip it, it'll be laying in the juices, which will have that seasoning, that flavoring, and the curing salt in it to help cure that meat up. And then I'm gonna flip it and do the same thing to this side. And in the past, I said we've made a lot of our own flavoring in the past of making our own our bacon, curing it. Just yeah, there's a lot of good homemade recipes out there that you can do without buying this, but we decided to try this one this year. See what it's like. We're just gonna kind of evenly coat it. And rub it in. Try to get all the sides a little bit here and there. And this pork belly I didn't trim down. I didn't cut down into the square. The other one I actually kind of cut the corners off. We ground some of that into bacon, or into sausage. And this one I didn't do any trimming on. I'm gonna, well, after I smoke this or cure it and smoke it, I'll trim it up before I slice it. And the trimmings that I take off of this will make into like bacon bits for salads. And we make a baked potato soup and put bacon in it, and we'll use those smaller slices for like baked potato soup to put in there. That way we're not cooking up a whole package of bacon just for baked potato soup. And so we're just kind of trying to get an even coat on here best you can. Try to get some around on the edges, get it worked in there a little bit. And then we're just going to cover this and set it in the fridge. So here's the curing salt I have from before that I've used. It's Insecure #1. And it is just, if I can get this open, you can see down in here. Not very well. I'll just pour a little bit out, it's okay. It's just pink curing salt. Looks about the same, just a little bit bigger crystals than the last, or the stuff that they came with, but it is the same, does the same for something. And this is what I've used in the past for making our bacon. Alright, here's day one, or one full day, 24 hours later. I flipped it this morning. I didn't get any footage of it, but so this is only 24 hours later. And remember, there was no liquid in this to begin with. And now we rubbed it all down, stuck it in here. I flipped them this morning, and now, so it's just drawing that moisture down. Like I said, and I'm going to flip the top piece down, and I'm going to lift the bottom piece up. I'll continue this process for the next 6 days, because you want to have this cure on there for 7 days to do this. So I'll continue doing this for the next 6 days. And I said you don't have to have the tub. You can do it in a Ziploc bag. We've done it in the 2.5 gallon Ziploc bags the last 10 to 12 times or so we've done bacon. When you have it in the bag, all you have to do is flip the bag over. Sometimes you have to rub it a little bit, kind of move the bag around, kind of get some of that brine mixed around a little bit. And if you have the cure or that seasoning, the salts and stuff kind of get caked up anywhere, you might want to rub that around a little bit more. But by flipping it, you're putting it back in that brine and helping it soak in. And like I said, it's just going to continue drawing that moisture out of that pork. So we just done it in the tub because we've had the tub for process and everything else anyways, and it is easy of access. This was, I think, like $7 I think at Cabela's when we bought it. A lot of the sporting goods stores sell these, or any place that sells the slicers. Like we have a Shields or Bass Pro or Cabela's would sell these too. Sam's Club, I know the guy that helped me, Scott, he buys his from Sam's Club. They're fairly cheap at Sam's Club too, where you can get the lids with them or no lids. So, but I said, not a required tool to have. You said you can just use the Ziploc bags to do this. But I will post part 2 video in about a week of how we continue. I won't show any more. I might show a little bit of flipping this, but I'll show you how we move on to the next step and how to finish out this bacon. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.